Hey, it's Mr. H, and this is episode 9 of my DailyDesmos graphing challenge series. Today, I'm going to look at a challenge called 16B Basic, and this will be my first challenge that's labeled Basic. I'm going to show you how to graph a circle in exactly the place that you want that circle to be. All right, let's go. The most important thing here is that we have a circle, and we want to make sure that we know the center and the radius of this circle, and that should be enough information to build how this circle is going to go. So we have a center here at 3, -1, and we have a radius of 2. So let's get started on this graph. The equation of a circle, or the general form for an equation of a circle, looks like this. We have a parentheses that's getting squared, plus another parentheses that's getting squared, equals another parentheses that's getting squared. And you might not have heard of this kind of idea before, but here's the way that I like to think about a circle. We have a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So that's Pythagorean theorem. And the idea involved in making a circle is that every point on the outside edge of the circle is the same distance away from the center. And that distance is going to be this c distance. So I'm going to change that letter to an r for radius of the circle. The center of the circle is going to have to be in these spots where we have the a and the b. So what we usually do is we make the x value, or the x parentheses, say x minus h. X minus h is the distance between the point on the circle and that x coordinate horizontally. And we can do a similar thing for the y value. We can say y minus k, and these are generally the letters that are used in this formula. So we have the center of our circle is h, comma k, and the radius of the circle here is r. Now, using Desmos, if I just make sliders for all of these, I now immediately have a circle. And currently, the center of the circle is 1, 1, which matches up to what I have over here for h and k, 1, 1. And the radius is also 1. If I increase the r value, it's going to increase the radius. But notice that the values over here don't go out to whatever this number r is. I'm not out here at a value of 4.3. What it means is that the radius is now 4.3. Remember, I wanted to have a center at 3, -1, so I can set my center to that, and I wanted to have a radius of 2. 2. Boom! Now is that going to be challenge complete? I think that this circle is exactly where I wanted it to be. Now, if I wanted to type this in just one equation all at once, I could say x minus 3, in parentheses, squared, plus y minus -1, so that's y plus 1, in parentheses, squared, equals that radius of 2 squared, and 2 squared is 4. So notice now I have in one equation this black equation here. That is exactly the circle that we were looking for. Notice another interesting thing that we can do is if we just say we want the coordinate hk to show up. Currently I have that set to silver, so let's make that blue so we can see it a little bit better. And I can put the label on there. You see that that is my center point right there. Now, here's an interesting thing that you can do with Desmos. When I drag this point, notice that it doesn't actually change my black circle, right? It didn't change where the black circle was at all. But if I turn back on this red circle, then when I drag that point around, when I drag the center point around, it's going to change my equation up here in red automatically, so that I could actually drag this circle to exactly where I want it to be without having to specifically drag the points here. So hopefully this helps to make you really be familiar with how to use Desmos for equations of circles, but also to fulfill this challenge of 16B. If you enjoyed this, please hit that like button and subscribe. Thanks.